Godzilla's no rookie when it comes to facing off against imposing enemies. In the past, he's battled with aliens, mutants, and robots, some larger and stronger than him, some smaller and faster than him. But most of the time, he comes out on top. And in the Monsterverse, he's decapitated the Muto, evaporated Ghidorah, and stopped the heart of Kong. But in the new Empire, he's set to face his greatest threat yet. Yes, even more powerful than the devil with 3 heads. I'm not talking about the Scar King, the ape overlord of the underworld that enslaves hundreds of Kong's species, but rather something under his command. Perhaps the real threat of Godzilla Kong, the new Empire. Yes, today we're talking about the reported Titan Shimo. Little is known of this creature's existence, but what we do know suggests that this Titan is the most powerful megafauna on the planet. Supposedly called the First Titan, this creature lives deep in the caverns of the Hollow Earth, and is said to be the ancestor of all Titans known today, meaning everything from Godzilla to the Iron Dragon, all descended from the Ancient One. With bleach white skin, blue diamond-like crystals protruding from its back and head, with a large thagomizer at the tip of its tail, and being far larger and more intimidating than even the king of the monsters. But where is this Titan in the trailer for the new Empire? Well, there's actually a few points that hint towards its existence. Specifically here, in the Hollow Earth tunnel leading towards the pyramids of Giza, where he will engage with Kong in a great battle in the Egyptian dunes. And also here, where we can see that the oceans in Brazil have frozen over. But how does this hint at Shimo? Well, it's been said that this Titan has frost powers. As said in a recent video, Shimo's name even translates from a Japanese phrase to mean white, something that is white like frost, and cold, something that is cold like ice, which tells us that this creature will have the power to manipulate the weather. This type of elemental power is even found in its descendants, like the Frostvark in Monarch Legacy of Monsters, where that creature consumes the heat from nearby targets, freezing them on the spot. This means we'll likely get to see Brazil frozen over with a snowstorm created by Shimo. Something I would absolutely love to see. One thing I noticed was that all these surface scenes seem to take place in a perfectly lit sunny afternoon setting, so it would be great to see Rio de Janeiro, somewhere that never gets snowfall, suddenly be plunged into a blizzard, meaning it goes from a perfect sunny day to a cataclysmic storm in under a minute. This ice power could also be the reason we see Godzilla frozen in ice, forced to evolve in order to break out and defend the planet. Not only this, but remember, Ghidorah was frozen in an Arctic glacier, which could hint towards Shimo's powers being used in that great battle to help freeze the devil with 3 heads in its place all those thousands of years ago. Which means, if he's capable of creating Arctic tundras in a flash, imagine what he can do to a populated city. Outside of elemental powers, Shimo is also said to be far larger than the king of the monsters, being bulkier and physically stronger, having hundreds of millions of years to evolve and grow. So he will be able to overpower Godzilla with sheer mass alone. But if he's so powerful, why is he under command from the Scar King? Whilst Shimo may be seen as an evil titan assisting the Scar King, there may be more to this story. We theorized that Scar would be incredibly intelligent and would be able to wrangle up and control the Titans, perhaps manipulating it with a Hollow Earth power source, something that could act as its kryptonite. Just as how fire burns us to touch, there may be an element in the Hollow Earth that Shimo is incredibly sensitive to. By utilizing this element, Scar may be able to torture the creature, preventing it from ever turning on its aggressor, in fear of receiving further pain. Scar may be manipulating it to attack and destroy titans and cities across the world, when in reality, it's really just a benevolent creature being forced into doing the will of an evil titan, hell-bent on destroying the world, when in reality, it just wants to slumber in its home in the Hollow Earth. It may also be the reason that these members of Kong's species are not attempting to break out from the Scar King's prison, in fear of what he will get Shimo to do to them. During the Great Titan War, Scar may have used Shimo to attack the Kong's villages, destroy their homes, and wipe out vast numbers of their tribe. And now, it keeps the Kongs in their place, where Scar can use them for slavery. Although with the help of Godzilla and Kong, that might change and separate Scar from the element he was using to manipulate it, and with not a second's notice, he could turn on his aggressor and viciously execute the Scar King for essentially torturing it and forcing it to do his twisted bidding, like an attack dog that's had enough of the abuse. Evidence of it not being purely evil spans back thousands of years ago, to that battle with Ghidorah we mentioned earlier. We know it was Godzilla that fought and defeated the devil with 3 heads, but if its body was locked in an Arctic prison before it could regenerate, this tells us that in the past, Godzilla and Shimo could have worked together, both being alpha titans that once defended the planet from those that wished to destroy it. So whilst on the surface, Shimo might seem like another super powerful titan for Godzilla to go up against, there may be more to it. Being an ancient being, it's seen empires rise and fall, reigns begin and end, and now it must face the will of the Scar King. How its story ends is unknown, but we will continue to monitor this titan for any updates, and we'll report back with news. So subscribe and stomp the notification button to keep up to date with Godzilla Kong, the New Empire. I'm really liking the way this titan's looking. From what I can gather, it's super powerful, with elemental powers of frost, more powerful than even it knows. It's a massive beast, not very intelligent, and is being manipulated by a greater evil into doing his bidding. We haven't seen much of the design, but it's clearly related to Godzilla, likely being his great and so forth grandfather. I can't wait to see it cover entire cities in snow and ice and battle Godzilla and Kong alongside the Scar King. It's going to be an epic war of the ages. That said, we don't know everything about this titan, so there will likely be even greater mysteries that will be uncovered come April 12, 2024, when Godzilla Kong the New Empire releases. But one thing's for sure, Shimo will be one of the greatest threats Godzilla has ever faced against. What do you think of Shimo? Are you a fan of the ancient beast vibe they're going for? Let us know in the comment section down below. Remember to give this video a big old Kong-sized thumbs up. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you, residents, in the next one.